Welcome to a very special episode of LA Now. Join us as we take a look back at all the people, programs, and accomplishments that made 2011 a banner year for the county. From the completion of the big Tujunga Dam and the West Hollywood Library to the reunion of the Safe Surrender babies. Join us while we revisit the heartwarming and headlining stories of the past year. LA Now starts right now. And thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Deneau. It was a long time in the making, 23 years to be exact. But good things come to those who wait at West Hollywood's brand new state-of-the-art library. Deanna Morgan covered this story for LA Now back in October.
Whether you go to your local library or not, most of us have been to a library at some point in our lives. It's one of the few places where you can sit and let your imagination transport you into another time and space. In the city of West Hollywood, residents will continue to have that experience, but on a totally different level, literally.
Over the last few weeks, I've been asked, why build a new library in the 20th century? Why build a big library in the midst of the worst economic situation since the Great Depression? My answer is, what better time to open a new library?
The recent grand opening of West Hollywood's new state-of-the-art library was an event. Hundreds of residents showed up, almost all in awe of the 32,000 square foot, 3-story contemporary white building.
It's phenomenal. From the bamboo etchings, the ceiling. I mean, you could truly come here and get lost and not want to leave.
I remember as a child, the first sense of ownership I had in society was when I got my library card.
The West Hollywood Library is a cultural and informational center that holds more than 150,000 volumes, a one-of-a-kind lesbian and gay collection of literature, as well as an expanded HIV and AIDS collection and career development center. The West Hollywood Library is part of the West Hollywood Park Master Plan, which includes 2.5 acres of expanded parkland, new tennis courts, new cable TV facilities, new city council chambers. But the library itself has been a priority in the West Hollywood community for over 20 years, and now it has finally been built.
1, 2, 3.
For LA Now, I'm Deanna Morgan.
The West Hollywood Library is one of 6 green libraries under construction or now open in LA County. Billing itself as LA's first Mexican-American cultural center, La Plaza de Cultura y Artes held a multiple-day grand opening event last April, and Yana Kay was there.
Cristobal Paniagua brought his 14-month-old son Vince to the grand opening of La Plaza. He says it's never too early for his son to learn about his culture and where he came from.
I connect to it. I can relate. My family, you know, like everybody who's come to LA from Mexico, immigrants, and it's something that I can definitely, maybe not in my generation, but generations before, we can definitely relate and connect to it emotionally and spiritually even.
Crowds of folks came out to celebrate LA Starts Here, a new cultural center that celebrates the history and influence of Mexican culture in Los Angeles and Southern California.
In addition, what we're really about is stories. We're about the stories of people of Mexican heritage through time, into the present, into the future. We're about contributing those stories back to future visitors. So when visitors themselves come in here, they can share their stories. We want to be a place where those stories evolve and develop.
A variety of exhibits showcase authentic artifacts, interactive experiences, films, and plenty of background information.
What I'm really impressed with sort of the comprehensiveness of the history, and being a lifelong resident of California, obviously just finding more about, you know, the city of Los Angeles and the state itself.
Located across from Alvera Street in downtown Los Angeles, La Plaza takes up 2.2 acres, including 30,000 square feet of outdoor and garden space. The visitors to the opening day celebration, which kicked off a day earlier with a ribbon-cutting ceremony, say they enjoy seeing Mexican history come to life.
I like the information. I like knowing where certain things come from. I like knowing a lot of the background history that maybe is not textbook, a lot of the real history that's been researched.
And it's this kind of information and real-life stories of the past that La Plaza officials hope will help shape the future. For LA Now, I'm Yana Kay.
La Plaza is operated by an independent nonprofit foundation and joins the LA County Arts family, which also includes LACMA, the Natural History Museum, and the Music Center. After the 1971 Sylmar earthquake, the Department of Public Works began a program in 1976 to make sure all dams in LA County were ready to withstand another major quake. Now, last August, the Big Tujunga Dam was the 13th dam to complete retrofitting. After years of construction and about 700,000 hours of man and woman power, the Big Tujunga Dam's retrofitting is finally complete.
We seismically retrofitted the dam, improved its ability to handle earthquakes, and we also improved its ability to handle large storm events, more than what we'd experience in any 100-year period.
Since the Sylmar quake, LA County has spent more than $100 million upgrading their 13 major dams. The latest, Big Tujunga, will now save a lot of water.
We're going to save about 4,500 acre-feet of water, but it's also going to protect the people down below from the various storms that would occur.
In layman's terms, dam officials say they've increased Big Tujunga's water conservation to about 9,000 families of 4 for 1 year. Just a massive project to complete. More than 7,000 trucks full of concrete went into retrofitting the new Big Tujunga Dam.
It started with blasting the slopes off. All these slopes are new. Hanging the equipment off and rebuilding them, putting ties in the slopes, and then building the new dam in front of it.
A lot of work in a relatively short amount of time with some serious obstacles to boot.
And that included being shut down with the fires, because remember, this was the area of the station fires. This whole area, I think a couple 100,000 acres.
The Big Tujunga project also has the unique distinction of having a female engineer. Michelle Tremente more than held her own with the big boys for more than 40 months while completing the massive project. Now, she graduated from USC in 1988 with a degree in engineering and has been working on large-scale public projects ever since. Tremente is also a world-class fencer, a skill she says has been instrumental in her professional life.
Fencing is very much considered physical chess. You basically try to outwit your opponent. You're always thinking, always on the go, trying to get the next maneuver that you need to do to get your ultimate goal. Civil engineering is the same thing. You're looking for the ultimate goal. You're always doing what you need to do to get that ultimate goal. You're thinking ahead, trying to make sure that everything goes perfect and nothing is left to chance.
Tremente is currently at work on the Santa Clarita Dam project. The Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Public Health recently opened its doors. It's a move that has many in the community celebrating. Perrine Bakshay filed this report back in October.
We are standing at the epicenter of a transformation in community health care, and it's giving the community a reason to rejoice.
If you're here to celebrate, look at someone, your neighbor, and give them a high five and tell them I'm here to celebrate the opening of the new Martin Luther King Center for Public Health.
It's not every day that people are celebrating healthcare reform, but the grand opening of the new Martin Luther King Center for Public Health is giving people a reason to rejoice.
For a lot of people in the community, they don't have health insurance, and a lot of them are sick and they don't have access to what they need. So I'm very, very thankful that this is beginning to happen.
The first completed phase of the county initiative focuses on health promotion and disease prevention services.
And so a whole new approach to healthcare delivery, a village devoted to community wellness and well-being.
An important part of the new MLK Medical Village includes a multi-ambulatory care center. This gives patients access to high-quality care without having to go to the hospital emergency room.
You don't wait till people are so sick until they have to be hospitalized, and therefore you can spend that money on taking care of more patients.
County supervisors say the goal is to help reduce healthcare disparities in South Los Angeles. For LA Now, I'm Perrine Bakshay.
Construction of the MLK Hospital continues. The state-of-the-art facility will open its doors in 2013. 87 beautiful LA County babies have found loving homes thanks to the Safe Surrender program. Those responsible for the program and the families that came from it all came together for the celebration of the program's 10th anniversary back in October.
And said, I'm homeless, living on the street, and I cannot take her.
Jill and Darren Birdwell recall the day their beautiful daughter Adriana first came into their lives.
And in February of '09, on the 11th, I got a phone call.
That forever changed their lives for the better. Thanks to the Safe Surrender program, Adriana's birth mother was legally able to hand over Adriana to a LA County hospital. Many of the Safe Surrender children and their adoptive parents were on hand for the program's 10th anniversary celebration.
And just remember these three things: no name, no shame, no blame. And within the first 72 hours of birth, if there's desperation at all or any thought of doing anything other than that and giving life to that baby, that they have the right to go to any hospital in Los Angeles County, any fire station in Los Angeles County, and turn that baby over.
LA County Supervisor Don Kanabe began the Safe Surrender program after hearing about a local baby found in a trash can. And now, 10 years later, the program has possibly saved the lives of 87 LA County babies.
That 87 may be a number, but it's the backstories of each baby and the family that they're now a part of that are really the true stories.
One such story is Jed and Carrie Silverstrom, who say they adopted their baby Gus after the mother gave birth in a LA County hospital restroom.
It's beneficial to the child who otherwise would either be in a home that doesn't want them or something even worse. And of course, for us as parents, we were able to get essentially a newborn baby when we just wouldn't be able to any other way.
Okay, we're gonna go for it. And she said, well, congratulations, you have a son.
For more information on the Safe Surrender program, please go to the website on your screen at www.babysafela.org. A local Bell High School grad is now Ivy League, despite incredible odds and a childhood in foster care. Reporter Amy Lopez has more.
Amaris Holguin is focused, driven, and determined not to let her abusive past dictate her promising future.
It was really late at night, and I called my sister Cynthia and I told her what was happening at home, and she started crying, and she told me that I had to go to the cops, that I had to go tell them everything.
After years of sexual misconduct at the hands of her stepfather and terrible neglect and denial from her mother, 16-year-old Amaris walked to a police station at 3 o'clock in the morning and reported the abuse.
At first I was really angry because I was hurt, and I couldn't believe that I was going through everything. And I didn't have her to support me. It was really hard. I felt very alone.
Her biological father suffers from schizophrenia, so her oldest sister Stephanie gained her custody after brief placement in foster care. They've supported each other ever since.
I'm just really happy for her. She's gonna do great things in her future. I wanted to do something different with my life. I didn't want to live like that. I wanted to be powerful and, independent. That's what motivated me to continue with my studies, because I just felt that was the only means for me available that I had control of.
I think Amaris is successful because she no longer wanted to be a victim, because she was a victim for so long.
After attending 3 different high schools in 4 years, Amaris has graduated from Bell High School with a 4.08 GPA, and she's now headed to Yale.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life.
Yale University.
United Friends of the Children acknowledged her hard work and awarded her a scholarship.
And I'm so grateful for all the people that have been there and have helped me out to come this far.
Miss Holguin plans to attend law school and become a politician one day. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. Watch us online anytime on LACountyChannel.com. And we'll see you next time and next year on LA Now.